to attend. Then we chant Amida Sutra every Wednesday. Then after that, we have a kind of informal discussion we have. Then one lady asked me a question. So her friends, she was a Christian. She's a Christian. So she asked, so can I ask you to pray for my daughter who has a difficult divorce? So can you pray for that? Then her question was, as a Jodo Shinshu follower, how I should answer this kind of question. Then, I've never asked this kind of question. So then first thing came up in my mind was, what should I pray for? I wasn't sure. So what I should pray? Then she said, please pray that her friends ask her to pray for easy divorce. Easy divorce. Okay, I kind of understand, I understand, but another question came up in my mind. Easy divorce for wife side could be difficult divorce for the husband side. Then it is possible, but maybe next day or some other day, the husband side may come to her to ask her, please pray for my son's easy divorce. How, if it's happened, how we can do? If I pray for easy divorce for one side, that's kind of, I'm praying for another side's kind of unhappiness or difficulty. So then another person came up one idea, how about to advise, because Jodo Shinshu, we usually say we live with gratitude. Why don't you advise her to live with gratitude? However, she said, those couples, or they cannot have a gratitude in their mind because they are having trouble under these difficult circumstances. They cannot live with gratitude. Then my answer was, yeah, that's true. As a Jodo Shinshu follower, we try to live every day with gratitude. This is one of our teaching. Then, however, sometimes when sometimes we don't have any room in our mind to think about the gratitude. So maybe meditation, just sit quietly, even just a few minutes, may be helpful for these people to make some space in their mind to think about the gratitude. Maybe sutra chanting, while we are chanting the sutra, we are just reading, we are just chanting, instead of thinking those daily difficulties. So even just 10 minutes, but we can put our daily busy life aside, then we can try to empty our mind. Then gradually, maybe we can make some space in our mind. So sutra chanting or meditation may help for these people. That was my advice. Then the conversation, question and answer going on. Then the next question was, we talked about prayer. Then she said, at the Christian church, sometimes one member or one person came up to the podium, then the person asked for everyone to pray for someone's illness to cure. Like let's say someone has a cancer, then one person came to the podium, then asked everyone to pray for curing those cancer. Then if that person asks you to pray for curing someone's cancer, how should we do? That was another question. She was also asked that kind of question. Then this was something new to me too. I never heard about it because Jodo Shinshu, we don't do that. But of course, if, my son is not here today because he had a fever yesterday. So he was kind of struggling for his fever. So of course, as a father, I wish for his recovering from his illness. Then if I get sick, I also wish for curing my illness too. Of course, I do that. I have that kind of wish. However, at the same time, we have to think. Sometimes we think illness, getting sickness is bad. Healthy is good. Young is good. Old is bad. Death is bad. Living is good. So sometimes we make a judgment. Healthy is good. Sickness is bad. Staying young is good. Getting old is bad. Living is good. Death is bad. But things, we sometimes make a judgment that way. However, when we think about the Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching, Shakyamuni Buddha didn't judge that way. Shakyamuni Buddha says, our life is suffering. Our life, we get old. We get sick. We die. It is our life. That's Shakyamuni Buddha says. Shakyamuni Buddha never judged sickness is bad, getting old is bad, death is bad. Instead of saying that, we get sick, we get old, we die one day. It is our life. It is our human life. That's Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching. Then now we have to think how we can live this life. This is more like a Buddhist way of living of human life. Then when I think about this, one poem came up in my mind. When my great-grandmother passed away, my family went to her room to clean her room. Then when my family was cleaning her room, one piece of paper, someone found one piece of paper underneath the pillow. Then on the paper, one short poem was written. It says, my life is not going to end. My life is going to be received by Amida Buddha's other power. When I am sick, it is important to work on being curing. However, it is also important to work on doing something when my illness isn't cured. Let me read it again. My life is not going to end. My life is going to be received by Amida Buddha's other power, Amida Buddha's compassion. When I am sick, it is important to work on being curing. However, it is also important to work on doing something when my illness isn't cured. So she had illness before she passed away. Then maybe at her room, maybe every day because nobody knows about this piece of paper, this poem, maybe after everybody left, at night, she was reading this poem to understand her human life, her life. Of course, nobody wants to get sick. It is nice to stay young. Then nobody wants to die. But if I simply judge sickness is bad, getting old is bad, death is bad, our everyday life is towarding to this bad event. However, Jodo Shinshu teaching, it says we are going to be born into the Pure Land and becoming a Buddha. Our everyday life is a path to become a Buddha. Doesn't matter, even though when I am sick, this day, today, is the path to become a Buddha. Doesn't matter if I am a rich or not, or a famous person or not, everybody gets sick, everybody gets old, everybody dies someday. So we have to think how we can live this life meaningfully. So this is Jodo Shinshu teaching. This is everyday life is a path to the Pure Land, path to becoming a Buddha, path to attain enlightenment. Then we are received this path. Amida Buddha is showing the path to follow. We express our appreciation to Amida Buddha every day with recitation of Namo Amida Butsu. So thank you for attending this Sunday service this morning. To conclude my Dharma message, please join me in Gassho, put your hands together. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namanda, Namanda.
Thank you, Sensei, for that lovely Dharma message. Please stand for the Gatha Ondoku-san 2, found on page 220 in your service book. Please be seated. And join me in Gassho for words of Shinran Shonin. It is through the Tathagata's supportive power and through the vast power of great compassion and all-embracing wisdom that a person realizes pure, true, and real Shinjin. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Abu Namanda Abu Namanda. This concludes our live streaming of our service today. Thank you to those who joined us on the internets. We hope you will join us again next week. Have a good day. Following the service, we have several optional programs for you to attend. They are as follows. Japanese program will take place here in the Hondo with Reverend Kusunoki. Dharma exchange will take place in the downstairs dining room